Welcome back to another edition of the Pagcast. I'm your host, Michael Pagani, joined alongside Fargo Force forward Cole Knuble. Cole, welcome to the Pagcast. Thank you again for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you just wrapped up, you're coming off development camp there with the Red Wings. How's that going for you so far?
Yeah, it's been good. Learning a lot, long days, so it's tiring, but it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of good people there.
It must be nice to go up against the type of competition there that is there at present at camp, because that makes you a better player, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can learn from not only coaches and stuff, but just other guys, just watching them and see what they do.
Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdowns is key to winning in the playoffs, and you can score big by betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something simple like a player to score 6. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app and make your pick. New DraftKings customers can bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
And I've had, I think, around 3 or 4 guys that I had on this podcast here that did get drafted by Detroit. And to see you at the same camp as them is just as amazing. Battling with them, it is going to make you a better player for next year and into the future.
Yeah, exactly. It's good I can kind of see where I'm at as a player and kind of compare myself to other guys older my age, and just see where I need to be in a few years and so it's good.
Getting into a bit of who you are, your story, who was your biggest influence to get into hockey?
Definitely my dad taught me how to play for sure. My dad, my brother, my uncle, they all kind of taught me how to play, and I looked up to them. So
your dad, had a great NHL career there with many teams, the Rangers, the Flyers, and even the Capitals there at the kind of tail end. It must have been fun being around the locker room there.
Yeah, exactly. I remember his days and with the Capitals the most. I remember going down to the locker room after games, and they had that was a pretty fun team that he was a part of on the Capitals. They had Ovechkin was really young, Backstrom was really young, Carlson was really young, Mike Green, Braden Holtby, like all those guys were just starting their careers, so it was fun.
It must have been like a really holy shit. I'm noticing all these like stars, and you're kind of a little kid there, kind of giddy at it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I understood too much of like I don't think I knew how good or like how big of a star Alex Ovechkin was at the time. But now when I look back, it's just really weird to think about how I was seeing him almost daily.
Yeah, that must have been really weird, because it's almost like you were best friends, but you never really knew it, right? In a sense.
Yeah, I'm sure he. I don't know. I think he probably just saw me as a little guy, so probably like to have some fun with me. But yeah.
As you got older, when did it kind of settle in for you that your dad was kind of like an NHL, a regular NHL player?
Yeah. I guess I didn't really fully appreciate it till I was probably, I don't know, maybe 13, 14. That's when I probably really understood of the career he had, and probably found out that I should listen to him.
Yeah, 100%, because he's obviously like has a wealth of knowledge, right, through all of the seasons he's played.
Yeah, and it helped me a lot. Like just this past year, my first year in junior hockey, just because he played. He went through juniors and he's experienced everything. So it was good to just have someone to talk to, ask questions to, and lean back on.
Getting into a bit of your career here, and I want to start off with the Brick Invitational. It's one of the many skilled tournaments for players growing up. You had the chance to play in it during the 2013-14 year. What do you remember from that tournament?
Yeah, that tournament was, that tournament's crazy. You're just playing in the middle of the mall. I remember, I think just like wanting to go to the water park and amusement park maybe more than actually playing the games. But no, the games were really fun too. But I just remember being around all the other teams and like walking on the ice. I remember like the fans would basically stand over the glass. It was so short. It was fun.
You must have been really looking forward to the water park after the game.
Exactly. That's I remember the water park a lot. But I remember the hockey was crazy. I think that at the time it was probably my first taste of like how good some kids are. I was just moving to Michigan from Washington D.C., so where the hockey is not the best, and I moved to Michigan, and then I played in that tournament, and I was like, I think I was kind of in awe of how good some kids were.
You worked your way through the ranks with Fox Motors. How did that team help you make yourself a more mature player?
Yeah, I love my time playing Fox Motors. It's great development. There's a lot of good people that work there for the organization. I loved every minute I played there. Great teammates. I had so much fun. So I think it just really taught me how to love the game and how to enjoy playing and going to practice and playing games.
Did it kind of help you get, kind of suit into like the team with Fox Motors that there wasn't much roster turnover so that you could create the chemistry there?
Yeah, like there were guys who I played with my whole my whole career there. Like we never, some of those teams in Detroit, the guys flip-flop teams, they go from one organization to the next, but we were all kind of just stuck together, and yeah, so that's how we had to do it. So we had a tight group for sure all the years I was there.
And it's nice because you can know the guys better off the ice. Like you're at that age where, you can know the guys really good off the ice, you build that relationship, and it translates to success on the ice.
Yeah, exactly. We were best friends for sure. And I still see a lot of those guys today. I still skate with some of them in the summer. So,
and, fast forward, I guess a year, your 2020, 2021 season, you had the opportunity to finish with Fox Motors, but then you also played some games with the US and TDP junior team. What did you notice that was different from the Fox Motors team that, you noticed with the US National Development Program?
Yeah, that was a big jump for sure. Like, I remember I got the opportunity to go play, and going to the rink, it's definitely a lot different. It's more of like a job. It was when I realized like how serious it has to be taken, how hard the practices are. So that was a great experience.
It must have been a bit, nerve-wracking because you're going to a new team. You don't really know many of the players that are there. So like, was there someone who kind of greeted you and made you feel at home there?
No, I mean all the guys were good, but it's tough. Yeah, you just kind of jump into a locker room and they're already a team. They'd been together for almost a year. But all the guys were great. They treated me well. So,
was there someone who you really developed chemistry with that you didn't think you would?
I don't know if I was there long enough for that, but like I said, all the guys were great.
How did you end up joining the Fargo Force in the next season?
I was still drafted by Fargo, and so I went to whatever main camp the next summer, and my plan was to play there, and so I made the team, and yeah.
You had 49 points in 62 games with them. How were you able to create chances offensively so you can produce?
Yeah, I mean, it's different from youth hockey. You have to think a lot more without the puck. I played with some great guys too that were, that could finish for me and that could find me in the slot. But yeah, like I said, you got to be good without the puck, find open areas, and be smart.
And you also earned a spot on the USHL All Rookie team. When you hear that, when you read that, what does that mean for you to earn that honor?
Yeah, it was a cool honor. It's the best junior league in the U.S. So it was really cool to see that. But yeah, like couldn't have done it without my teammates in Fargo.
This season, you also earned time on the penalty kill. How good does it feel to earn the coach's trust to be put in those situations?
Yeah, you want to play as much as you can. So you got to kind of prove yourself to the coaches, prove that you can play on both sides of the puck if you want to play more. So that, yeah, I mean, that was great. Everyone wants to play more. So
When you're doing your video meetings, kind of suiting up for game time for other teams, how do you kind of scout whether to be more aggressive or more, I guess, passive on the penalty kill there?
yeah, I mean, we would go through it every game. Before every game, we would, depending, maybe a team has a guy that likes to rip one timers, so we'll have kind of a D-man sit on them. And yeah, some teams would definitely want to be more aggressive towards. Just depends. Maybe one team has a guy that can just dish it on the half wall and is good at handling the pucks, and then you might want to stay back a little bit because you don't want to get running around. So
You also had the opportunity to play at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup, 4 goals, 4 games. It looks like and sounds like you had the golden stick that tournament. It must have been funny to feel like that everything you touched was turning into a goal there.
yeah, that was a really fun tournament. A great team, and yeah, I got had a few good bounces, so good teammates that helped me out.
What did it feel like putting on the USA jersey?
Yeah, it was great. It was so cool to just you're playing in it's a total different environment. And we were playing in Slovakia, and everything's different. The rink's different. The ice sheet's different. Everything, but it was awesome. It was cool to play against just the best players in the world, and they're representing their country and we're representing ours. So it was awesome.
Do you happen to have a funny story from the tournament there?
I don't know. Maybe I remember my stomach not feeling good. I don't know. I must have had some bad food or something, but I was playing on a bad stomach.
It's that Slovakian pregame meal.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what it was, but hey, I don't know.
You're committed to the University of Notre Dame to continue your hockey career there. Like, what influenced you to commit there?
Yeah, when I went on my visit there, and I really loved everything about it. I loved the campus. I thought I just could have pictured myself going to school there. And then once I met the coaches and looked around the facility, I really knew I wanted to go there. The coaches were really great. Coach Jackson, Coach Slager, and Coach Pooley, they really want to make players their best, and they're honest with you, and they want to help you out. So I think the big deciding factor was I thought it was my best opportunity to make it to the next level.
Have you figured out where you're going to be studying there?
I had no idea what I want to major in. So.
No worries. Are you excited to play some of your teammates in the NCAA?
Yeah, it'll be cool. I might be able to play my brother too. He's a junior. He'll be a junior this upcoming year at Western Michigan. So those two teams are actually really close together. So I'm sure they'll play. I think they're playing against each other this year in the non-conference game. So maybe again the next.
Your family's going to have to get one of those half jerseys to support you two.
Yeah, they might. We already are a house divided. My dad went to Michigan. My sister's she's at Michigan State. So we got a bunch of different colleges in our house.
That's hilarious, actually. I actually couldn't imagine your family just all divided, not going to one same school. That's kind of odd.
Yeah, I kind of argue over which one's the best sometimes at dinner, and we'd like to brag about our school and why it's better than the others.
I assume you're going to take some time this offseason to work on your trips to go against your brother, right?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We skate together sometimes. So,
did you happen to try and follow how well Notre Dame was this season?
Yeah, I watched them a lot, and I watched as many of their games as I could. Yeah, and I watched them in the NCAA tournament where they just came up short, but yeah, they had a really good run.
What's your game day routine like?
Get up, go to pregame skate, and then I like to go to Panera, go home and sleep, and then just have a little food before I get to the rink, and then just a few more snacks at the rink.
Is there a specific item you get at Panera?
Yeah, chicken noodle soup, chicken Caesar salad. That's my go-to.
Chicken noodle soup is the best. It is the best. I love it.
It is. It's good.
If you were to play another sport, what would it be?
Golf or baseball. I kind of grew up playing baseball, and then I play golf a lot now in the summertime.
Do you find as though that your kind of baseball was it like hand-eye kind of translated to hockey there?
Yeah, I think it helps for sure. Definitely with tipping pucks, being around the net and stuff. Just in general, it for sure helps.
As we're closing off this interview here, do you have any advice for younger hockey players?
I would say just enjoy whatever level you're at. Just enjoy it. Like obviously you want to get to the next level, but enjoy where you're at. Don't rush things. If you see other guys moving on and you're not, don't get discouraged. If you enjoy playing enough, you'll keep going. So
I'd like to thank again Cole Knuble for joining me on today's podcast. Thank you again, Cole.
yeah, thanks for having me.